Hey everybody, Royal Syrup Gamer back here with TMNT 2, the arcade game. Most people either don't know about TMNT 1 or don't want to know about it, or if they do know about it, they know it can be really terrible. I actually don't mind it. Gotta get April out of the fire. Basically, it's way different, and it's made by the same company as this one, Ultra Games. But it was just very strange. It was not the same as the arcade game. So after that first one came out, they made the arcade game because this is what people really wanted. They didn't want the weird one-player game that Ultra came out with. Maybe they didn't have. I thought this was Konami. I think this is Konami, actually, not Ultra. Is this Konami? Why does the box have? I think this is made by Ultra, but I think Konami developed it because it was definitely Konami on the start screen. But the box art says Ultra, so I guess Ultra was maybe a publisher, or Konami was a publisher and Ultra was the developer, but maybe Ultra owned the rights to the Turtles and then Konami made the video game. Either way, this is what people wanted on the NES. This game came out in 1990, at the height of all the Turtles being popular and stuff. I was definitely a huge Turtles fan. I had, I got some talking Michelangelo for Christmas and stuff, so I was definitely into this. This game is definitely hard. It has the Pizza Hut logo, which is the first thing that I can remember being like product placement in video games. Is that Pizza Hut? Crap, those Pizza Hut signs. So. Hit detection boxes are really big on this. And I think there was like some kind of promotion that if you bought the game, there was like a personal pan pizza coupon inside or something. There was some kind of promo with Pizza Hut. I just don't remember what it was. I'm Donatello because I like Donatello the best. He also has the bow, which is the best weapon because it has the best reach. I don't think it really matters in this game, but I was always a Donatello guy, so... So basically, controls are pretty simple. A is jump, B is attack, and I think if you hit A and B together, you do like a special, like circular twist, maybe, something like that. Yeah. There you go. There it is. And I don't know if you hit somebody, if it costs life or not. So I usually don't do it. Anyway, I've almost lost a life already. I know when I was a kid, I could beat this level without losing a life, but it's been a while since I played this game. I don't want to say a long time, because I remember playing it in college a few years ago, and I've probably played it since then too, I just don't remember. But definitely the best foot soldier thing, but it's boring, is to jump attack. I mean, that's pretty much how they beat you. And the voice acting in this game is definitely not as good as Turtles in Time. Of course, I guess that's for the SNES as well, which probably makes sense why the voice acting is not as good. But the only thing that's really voice acted in this is when, I think when they die, they say shell-shocked, and that's it. Maybe they don't even say that. That's first life there. I always thought these the white sword guys were actually easy, but maybe they aren't. Maybe that's just bad memory. There's one color of the foot soldiers I know is really easy. Maybe it is the white soldiers. Of course, the purple ones are probably the easiest because they can only grab you and punch you. So, like, I don't think I got hit there, but they do their jump attacks too, which you can dodge. But I clearly didn't dodge that one very well, now did I? Another thing, I think this game is better with 2 players because, if I remember correctly, the amount of enemies doesn't double, like in a lot of beat-em-ups. So if you're playing 2 players, the game is easier. You definitely want to jump kick these guys, because they are tough. Especially when you have 3 of them. You don't want to get caught by their little lassos or whatever they are. remember when I was a kid getting hit by those lassos, and it takes out a bit of life, and no. There we go, got it, that guy in the corner. All right, let's go into the burning room where the boss is. Gotta get rid of these white guys first. I don't remember the red ones. There we go. So the first boss, I can't remember if it's Bebop or Rocksteady. Rocksteady. And just like all arcade games at this time, oh, I just got shot. Come on. Oh, he was totally running the other way. What a joke. Don't die too much. When they start losing a lot of health, oh, I have one little, there we go. When they start losing a lot of health, they start to blink, and then there's like 3 stages of blinking. There's the second stage, and then the third stage is they just die. And since I'm going to get my life refilled, I'm not really worried about being alive. There we go. And that's it for Bebop. Shredder takes April, jumps out the window, and now we've got to chase them. The next level is the streets, and I think the boss... Come on, after that Shredder creep! The end of this one is Bebop. So, played a lot of this at the arcade in our mall as a kid. This and the Simpsons arcade game, definitely played a lot of those. Although my favorite thing, which might be why I'm actually not that bad at pinball. Last time I played pinball, I did really poorly. I think it might have just been the sheet machine configuration, but I was actually really good at pinball because when I was a kid, I collected baseball cards, like a lot of kids did in the early 90s and mid 90s. And we had a pinball machine in our arcade that instead of giving you tickets or a score when you did certain things, it was baseball themed. It actually released baseball cards, and most of them were like not great, but I think the people at the arcade just like the people that own the arcade just bought like packs of baseball cards, and so you could get really good cards. I got a Roger Clemens like Topps Gold card. It's worth a lot, well, not a lot of money, but it's worth, you know, a decent amount of money. And it was fun because my mom could just drop me off at the arcade, and then she would shop for about an hour every Sunday. Just walk around, go to JCPenney and look at the deals and Sears and stuff, and she would just leave me in the arcade. And, you know, I grew up in kind of a small town, and so she, you know, she just knew that I would stay in the arcade and everything would be fine, and she said I'll come back to get you at yada yada time, and then, you know, if I was still playing, that was my last quarter. She would just give me like a couple bucks, and that was kind of Sunday afternoon. Then we go get lunch. It was always a good time. Playing in the arcade. There's some pizza. So I guess since I'm getting that pizza, I can just button mash here. And I think you go down here. Oh no, you don't. You go. I don't know why they put that in the game, but when I was a kid, I just remember and just hit the lady. All right, back to full strength. Now you go down, and there are like falling billboards coming up here. But it's sad that arcades kind of went away, or they're just like really expensive machines. They don't make like arcade games like this anymore, but I know that arcades are kind of coming back. Like here in Memphis, we have this place called the Rec Room, and they have like arcade machines, or you can also, they're mostly free. Some of them cost money because I think they know like people want to play the Simpsons arcade game, so that one costs quarters. But there are all kinds. I've been to one in Chicago that it's just an arcade, it's not a bar. And you can get, I think you pay like $8 to go in, and you can stay as long as you want and play all the arcade games. Are all free. And they have old games, They have like NFL Blitz and stuff, so these billboards are gonna fall here a second. Let's see. Clever by the foot soldiers there. So, arcade's really good time. I remember when our arcade started going down when I was in high school. A lot of kids in high school, like I thought it was like, I don't know, I always thought like, oh, it was nerdy to go to the arcade and stuff. When I was in 9th grade, I was at the mall getting ready to go to a movie, and I'm like, I'll just go in there and play an arcade game, see if there's anything I want to play. And there were like 3 of my like friends that were probably more popular than I were, like on the basketball team, and they were just in there playing games in the arcade, and I was like, oh, I guess video games aren't like just a nerdy thing to do. So I learned something that day. I've done really well on this level, actually. Much better than on that first level. I have not lost a life. I don't know how far I'm going to get. I'm going to play for a little bit and then we'll see. Hopefully I can beat Bebop here without dying. Oh crap, he had me against the car there. I know if I, come on, I don't want to have to play this level over again. I'm probably going to have to because sometimes no matter how well you do the controls, like, you're going to lose. So there I go. Continue. All right, back here near the end of the level again. About the same amount of health as I had last time. Gotta beat Bebop. No one can ever remember which one is Bebop and which one's Rocksteady. And the way I remember is Rocksteady is the rhinoceros, and they both start with R. And then Bebop is the other one. I think he's a pig. Come on! I'm just getting angry and pressing the button. I mean, where am I? There I am. Sometimes my capture card doesn't capture the thing right. Alright. Clearly I was going to lose a life against him anyway, so let's just not try to lose another one. He's in his second stage of flashing, so he'll be dead in a couple hits. There we go. Yeah, when you play NES games, sometimes sprites like disappear. It only happens, as far as I know, on NES games. You don't really lose frames. You just like when I was playing Contra last week, for some reason, like some of the bullets just didn't appear. And in that game, you need to be able to see everything. If you're missing a bullet, like, you're probably gonna die a lot. I couldn't even get past the second level in Contra because stuff was. Remember those guys? I remember playing the arcade game, and I'm like, those guys are dumb. Like, carrying a big mallet, because I don't really have a good anti-aerial move. But if they hit you with the mallet, I think it takes out double, so you just have to be careful. Oh, come on. I don't know what those little things are called. Little mice, robot mice. I always want to call them Mousers, but I know Mousers are the from Mario 2. And that's a little trick. Just stay at the hole when they come out, when they jump, hit them, and that's it. Because you don't want to let them get out, because they'll start to wreak havoc, because they just keep coming, so. Go. Haven't been in the water yet. There we go. A couple of foot soldiers coming up out of the water there. They learned Link's down thrust, or downward stab, or whatever it's called, from Zelda 2. I've been playing Zelda 2 on my own time on my 3DS. finally to the last level. The only thing I had to look up was where Bagu was. I could not remember where he was. I must have missed the hint that says he's north of the river, because there's a hint that says that. But other than that, I haven't had to look anything up. Whoa. Didn't realize there were going to be rockets coming out of there. So I have gotten to the final boss before, but I didn't have thunder. So, but this time I have thunder, and so now I'm going to go beat that final boss. So, that means that the only Zelda games that I haven't finished after I beat this one will be Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Spirit Tracks, and... what's the other one? Phantom Hourglass. And I think there's one that I'm working on, Oracle of Ages. I haven't finished. I'm in the middle of that one as well. I'll probably have to start that over because I literally started that like 2 summers ago, so... and then I'm like halfway through it, but I just don't know where anything is, so probably have to start that one over. Alright, so I think this boss is... oh, no, never mind. I thought it was Baxter, but it's not. Baxter's in Turtles in Time, at the end of the sewers. I just know for this guy, you just gotta do a lot of jump attacks. Just stay in the air as much as you can. Try not to get eaten by the little mice. I feel like you also have to be like way higher on the screen than that floating robot guy is. Come on. There we go. I don't even know if you can hit him with the bow, to be honest. Come on. I don't even know who that is, to be honest, as the boss. Like, I remember some of the characters. Like, I could tell you, when I was a kid, pretty much anything about the Turtles. Like, I knew so much about them. It probably helped that they were on every Saturday morning, right when I got back from the grocery with Mom. We'd go out and run to the... like, we had something called Revco that was like a Walgreens type thing. CVS bought them out, actually. And we'd go there, and if we had to get any like prescriptions or anything, we'd get that, and then Mom would take me to Kroger, we'd get some donuts, and then we would I'd go home and watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and have a donut and chocolate milk, and that was my Saturday breakfast. Every Saturday. They still... tonight I dine on turtle soup, oh no. Well, that's fine, he's not going to kill April, that's good. Let's melt snow and rebuild New York City. Why is it snowing? Like, there's something I need to know. Anyway, so I would get home, and Mom would always make sure that we were home in time for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it was also on when I was a little bit older. I guess it was probably it was syndicated then. Obviously, it's probably syndicated always, but it was on in the mornings, like at 7 in the morning before, like when I was in 5th or 6th grade. So I got to rewatch all the stuff from when I was a little kid, like. I don't know, this would have been when I was 6 years old. So, there's the Pizza Hut sign. Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. Don't they shoot rockets? They sure do. Homing rockets. That's some bull right there. I don't remember how I knew that they were... oh, they are robots inside of Snowman. What the crap game? Oh, that's bogus too. Who put the lights out? Forgot. I remember the snowmen having rockets, but I forgot that there are. Forgot that they had things inside, and now they're throwing snowballs, which for some reason injures the turtles. That's... I mean, I've been hit by many a snowball in my life. Grew up in Ohio. So, I don't know why that would hurt you so much, but Hurts the same amount as having a dagger thrown at you, so... but I'm telling you, do not throw daggers like they're snowballs, because daggers in real life hurt way more. I don't know from experience, I'm just assuming. You know, I've cut myself on a chef's knife before, and I've never been hurt by a snowball as much as I have by a chef's knife, so... I think coming up is another one of those things. Yeah, the snowmobile things. It's not a plow, because plows don't have, like, sharp edges on them. I think I got an extra life somewhere, didn't I? I don't think I had just 2 lives left. There we go. Trying not to lose another life, if I can help it, before I get to the boss. Ooh, another Pizza Hut sign. Nope, here's some more snow, and I'm definitely going to lose a life around here somewhere. Yep. I don't know if those were based on something in the game or not, but they're stupid, that's for sure. They're a stupid enemy. Let's hide a robot inside of a snowman because it's a snow level. I mean, it's a good game. It's not as good as Turtles in Time. The graphics aren't as good. But it's what people wanted a Turtles game to be at the time. Like, this was the Turtles game. It's like, oh, I never had this as a kid. I didn't get this game until I was in high school when we got a GameStop finally. Or I guess back then it wasn't called GameStop. It was called, like, EV Games or whatever it was. I don't remember. Software Etc. That's what it was called. And got this there. It's all the same company, of course. But this is what they wanted in 1990, and it was a good game. And like, if you had, you got some kind of wolf guy. Oh, crap. I know getting hit by the snowball sucks. I'm gonna try not to get hit by that big ice ball. I think it takes out like 2 health meters. You get hit by it. But yeah, I had the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and then when I got the SNES, my mom's like, "You don't need a NES anymore. You can sell that, or you can give that to your cousin Sean." And I was like, "All right." So we gave it to my cousin Sean. And so when I was older, like 8th grade, because the SNES came out when I was, I guess, right after I turned 6. So my mom let me have my NES for like another, I don't know, maybe 6 months. And then I had to give it to my cousin, which sucked. But then I bought it all back when I was older. So I was in 8th grade, so I had a Nintendo 64, an SNES, and a regular Nintendo. And I had them all hooked up, and I played them all. I didn't really play my NES a ton. Like, there were times when I played a lot of Punch-Out. One of my best friends throughout school loved Punch-Out, so we played a lot of Punch-Out. Come on. Why don't you die, you dumb wolf? I know you're almost dead. There you go. Played a lot of Punch-Out, played a lot of Tecmo Bowl. Those were like the 2 things that I kept the NES around for, so. Oh, it was like a weather machine that I was destroying there. Spring is here. Weird music. The parking garage level. I remember when I was a kindergartner, I got this game. Yes, it would have been when I was in kindergarten, because this game came out in 1990. So I would have been in kindergarten in I turned 6 at the beginning of that school year. So in 1990, I started kindergarten. I remember we were learning how to tie, zip, and snap. So tie our shoes, zip our coats, and snap like snap buttons. Not like do regular buttons, but remember that was like we had the shoe and the jacket, and you got like a sticker for tie, zip, and snap. And I remember I was the first person done with zip and snap. Like before any other kids got anything done, I was done with tie and or with zip and snap. But I was like not great at tying. I had good I had good major motor skills, but not like fine motor skills. So I think that orange car moves. Maybe not. I don't know. It's something just tells me about that orange car. But I remember playing this game after it came out in 1990, and we were trying, when I was in kindergarten, I was trying to learn how to tie my shoes. My dad made me pause the game when I was on this level. I remember it was the garage level, and it was at Christmas time. I don't know if he was off work or if it was I feel like he was just off work during Christmas. And we went and sat on the landing by the stairs in our house, and we worked on tying shoes for 10 minutes. And I still could not do it at this point. I still could not tie my shoes. It took me a while. It took me probably a good month of like working on it before I could tie shoes. I just remember being really frustrated because like I was so good at the other two, like the other kids couldn't do the other two as well. And I could zip and snap so fast, and then like I could not tie shoes. The blue one definitely moves. I remember that. One of these blue ones moves. Yeah, see? Trying to kill it. Trying to literally run over the turtles. Ooh. That's where they were going to really hit me hard there, because I was right in between them. I don't think that blue one moves, does it? I do like how they just have a bunch of like for the sound, like a bunch of different variations of the turtle theme. There's the orange. I knew an orange one moved. It's just not the first orange one. I like these old like car colors too, like late 80s car colors really were like burnt orange and like teal, like that weird bluish teal. We had a station wagon that was like that bluish tealish, like barely teal, but still enough green in it to call it teal. The really weird thing about this game is that it has all these Pizza Hut ads, but so far I've only come across literally one slice of pizza. Like, this is a Turtles game. There should be like pizza in every level somewhere. And people think that it's Bart Simpson that came up with Cowabunga Dude, but it was not. It was the Turtles. They came up with it way before Bart Simpson did. And I'm a huge Simpsons fan, but I just want that on the record. Turtles, way before Bart Simpson. More? I don't have time for all this, guys. I just want to get to the boss. What if I die before I get to the boss? Ooh, they're throwing their ninja stars. There's a word for those. I just don't know the word. It's okay, you get them on the same line. Jump, jump. They got nothing. There it is. Oh, this one's Baxter. I always felt like Baxter was kind of like, oh man, I don't know what he's doing there. I always felt like sympathetic toward Baxter. It was not his fault. He was kind of just placed in a bad. I like how he's a fly swatter and he is a fly. Like, he really got a bad rap. But he was like one of the main bad guys, but I was always very sympathetic toward him. Maybe I'll be able to beat him without losing a life here. Come on. No. Yes. Woo. Hey, what's up, April? April O'Neil. Get in that turtle van. The turtle van's so cool. As far as I know, the only turtle game that it's in is the original one. Oh, I owe you one. Aw, that's so sweet.